Today, we're at the Greenpoint Waterfront to see the Huron, a brand new 2-tower condominium development by Morris Adjmi Architects. We partnered for our new model residence with Vesta. They made an amazing 1-bedroom for you to see. Can't wait to check it out. I'm Ashley D'Souza. Welcome to another episode of Staged on Listed.
Hi, my name is Haley Antrim and I'm a designer at Vesta. For this unit specifically, having a small space is great because for model units you can really show exactly the best way to lay it out, because most clients, I think, coming into a space this small might get kind of stuck on furniture should go in specific areas. So for this unit, we did a full FF&E, so we did a full design presentation of which pieces were coming in to kind of show exactly how it's all going to work together before it's fully in the unit.
The kitchen is really a large space of the home. I mean, I noticed you actually kind of integrated this whole entry space. First stop when you come in or out of the home.
Easy, move right into the kitchen, which is great. The layout as far as dining, having guests here, eating, talking, and then you're cooking and you're still very close proximity to them.
It's not tight at all.
No.
You've got a lot of space to work with and just the open flow right into the living room.
Yes. It's definitely best to come in and do a walkthrough before, just because spaces look so different, 3D compared to 2D. And then especially with this kitchen, it's such an amazing layout and great fixtures. It's nice to be able to see them in person to kind of work with the pieces around, since the kitchen is a part of the living room, the living space.
Very open and airy, and complemented by this enormous wall of windows.
Amazing wall of windows.
Absolutely
yes.
Beautiful.
Which is very special, especially in this size of a space, to have this, you feel like it's almost indoor-outdoor living in the city, which is very rare. In this unit specifically, we did drapes all the way to the ceiling, which is great because it really expands these huge windows just in general. And then with the great view of the city, we have a huge mirror that really reflects the light and shows you a full view of the city.
Well, speaking of indoor-outdoor, you brought some trees in here. I love the olive tree.
Yeah, the little olive trees to bring some life to this, just to accentuate the space, make it feel a little bit more green. Especially in New York, we obviously don't always have views of that, so it's nice to bring it into the home.
Absolutely. I like all the roundness that we have going on. I don't feel tight here. I can move around, a lot of nice, comfortable, inviting shapes that you used.
Yeah, it's nice, especially with coffee table and other little accessory pieces of having round, because it just opens the flow to kind of move around it in the space. In a space that might be a little bit tighter, it's nice to be able to fit as much furniture as possible, but still have an easy access to all points of the room.
This sofa too, where did you find this?
So this is a Vesta piece, which is great. Our company actually designs and creates furniture. We have a couple Vesta specific pieces here, which is great because we make sure everything as far as stain wise and cleaning wise is pretty easy to do.
How did you plan the layout of this?
I think for a space that might be a little bit on the smaller side, it's still nice to know you can fit, especially this size rug, kind of having the rug take up majority of the room is great because it doesn't feel small, and then you can actually fit more furniture than you think you might be able to. And then anything oversized as far as art and mirrors is really great, just because the furniture is all a little bit lower to the floor, and so just to bring your eye kind of up and have bigger pieces on the wall.
This is kind of funky. So here you have a very traditional 90-degree angle, but you kind of have this column jutting out. But it seems like you kind of made that almost its own moment rather than shying away from it.
Yes, make it its own little vignette almost.
It's a really nice functional design and shows how to use the space. I love what they did with the island, having the waterfall that kind of stops and having the two materials touching together. It's a nice
vibe. It's kind of a statement
here.
piece and like a piece of art within the living room kitchen.
Oh, you did a wallpaper in here.
We did, which is really nice. It's a little bit of added texture to the space. It's a nice little pop, but still being pretty neutral. And against the headboard too, it's really nice. It's just a lot of texture, which is great for the space. We don't want to overpower it with color.
This texture too reminds me a lot of the sofa.
We do use a lot of blue clay just because it is quite durable. So in a bedroom setting, it's great to have as a headboard because it's durable and looks great. I mean, it's kind of never going to go out of style, I feel like, which is nice.
And again, it's a more petite space, but you still have 2 side tables, 2 nice sized lamps, and a chunky bed.
Keeping it very light, bright. We try to stick very much with neutral pieces to kind of expand the space as far as not color heavy so much.
I really like the little trio of small pieces.
Yeah, it's nice because it's the opposite. Obviously, the big oversized art is great in a space, but then also like a wall that you might not have that much room on, or we didn't do any other art pieces in here. Little pieces are great because it's still a statement while not being, you know, too loud in a space.
I feel like so many people, myself included, want everything to be very like formulaic and very centered, but here you just shifted everything.
Yeah, I think the key for most design is just keeping it organic, which is great. It doesn't need to feel so rigid almost and very measured out. Yeah. Having this, I mean, it's such a cool statement that the mirror's kind of off-centered. So I think just remaining very organic, keeping things kind of, if they look good, I feel like always just go for it. Whatever looks good to your eye kind of is always, I think, the best way to do it.
That's what's gonna make you feel most at home, right?
Homey, comfortable, yes.
Something that speaks to you.
I like the different kind of layers. I think that's really nice in a space, especially when it's not a big space, just having things layered so it's kind of, it feels a little bit more like there's more to the room.
Yeah, it does create this illusion of more space because there is more stuff, but you're not compromising on the room. And then again, these nice tall sheer curtains that go all the way up to the ceiling, really framing this beautiful window.
Framing the window and also kind of tying with the bed the same light texture.
And it actually makes the window feel bigger because I see you've kind of cheated a little bit and made it look like the window continues beyond that wall.
Yes, yeah, to make it look like a full view, which I mean it is. It's a very large window, but that just adds a little bit more, bringing the curtains all the way to the edge.
I love that little cheat. Make the room feel bigger, make the room
feel
feel
as
bigger.
big as possible, yes.
The staging magic. Very good. And I don't want to forget the bathroom because you also did some nice staging and accessorizing in this room.
Similar to the bathroom, just small little pieces, which is still neutral and very nice. And then adding greenery, I think, in any bathroom, just a fun little pop, kind of like we said, bringing more like a natural element into a room that doesn't normally have any. And then the subway tiles in here are really great. The vertical is still height.
Kind of brings that height in again. Yeah, you're exactly right. I almost didn't even notice it. And you created, without adding an extra furniture piece, because there is this nice storage cabinet, but you added a little extra ledge here. I can't forget the bathroom. It's one of the most important rooms.
One of the most important rooms.
Yeah, well, I love the green space in here. I wouldn't normally think to bring plants in, but I guess with the steam.
Yeah, I was gonna say eucalyptus in the shower is very great. A lot of people love that, so just having any kind of element of green is
a little greenhouse
more spa-like.
Well, I definitely love the spa-like bathroom.